A big New England welcome from Portland, Maine. This is good old JR Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR. They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, King. I don't think Portland's going to know what hit it after tonight.
What a counter! You gotta respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
No question about it, King. Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a subject which you happen to be something of an authority. Isn't that right, King?
Come on now, JR. A man doesn't know what true happiness is until he's married. And then it's...
He's got his opponent locked in a submission hold.
We can see a tap out right here, JR. I don't think anyone's walking away from this.
He's got that submission hold locked in.
He sure does, JR. He might make his opponent tap out right here.
That went nowhere.
Jericho's so in love with the sound of... He's really cranking up the pressure on that hold, JR.
He sure is. There's no doubt he's looking for the submission right here.
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths are going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat like when you're in the middle of a slobber knot. And if you don't have the guts to stick around, you might run like a scalded dog with a case of the liver tape.
All right, enough! I'm getting a translator before I have to come out here with you again. That submission is locked in, JR, and this is a tough hold to break.
It sure is, King. And even if you break the hold, it takes its toll on you. Would you look at that? A blatantly illegal maneuver. That should be a disqualification.
You might be right, JR, but I don't hear the ring bell. This match is still going. I can't believe he countered that one. These fans can't stand it when he does this, JR, but I think it's great.
He's sure not going to win over any fans with that move, but I don't think that bothers him too much, quite frankly.
I know you're not the biggest Rene Dupree fan in the world, JR, but you've got to admit that he isn't a guy who There's the pin!
There's no room for error when you're on the top rope.
I think I know who's going to win this match, but I don't want to say. I'm afraid I'll jinx it.
Come on, King. Don't tell me you're superstitious.
Of course not, JR. I'm not superstitious because I know that's unlucky.
I never get tired of watching Chris Jericho. And there's the submission. There might not be any way out of it.
There better be, but we're going to see a tap out right here. He countered that one perfectly.
I'm sure these competitors have studied each other very carefully.
This match would be over by now if they hadn't, JR. You never get into the ring without doing your homework.
That would be a recipe for disaster for sure, King.
I thought I'd pick the winner before the match started, JR, but now I'm having second thoughts.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, King. Usually I wonder if you've even had first thoughts. What a submission hold! Could this be a tap out?
It The hold can't be broken. You can't take this kind of pain for long. There's the reversal. It looks like they're slowing the pace down a bit here.
Maybe so. But one or two big moves could completely change the complexion of this match. And there he goes! The submission is locked in!
Oh my gosh! He might make his opponent tap right here! Benoit thinks he's the toughest superstar in the WWE.
Oh, for the love of... Open your eyes, Rene. I can't believe he got away with that.
Well, you might not like it, JR, but he's going to do whatever it takes to win this one. These superstars sure aren't going easy on each other here tonight.
What do you expect, King? This isn't ballet, you know.
Oh, really, JR? Gosh, tell me more about your in-ring experience.
Well, I've got a pinfall victory over Triple H to my credit. How about you? He's tagged in his partner.
Boy, it's obvious these superstars have done their homework on each other.
They sure have, and this is one hell of an exam.
Let's hope it's not their final exam, JR. I'd love to see them go at it again.
Well, if I think the fans have their way, you'll get your wish, King. I think the damage has been done here, King.
One good submission could end this, JR.
It looks like they've decided to slow the match down a bit here.
And this could be a big mistake, JR. You don't ever want to give an opponent time to recover.
No, but you're not going to do yourself much good in the match if you let yourself get bone tired either.
Like it or not, JR, Sylvain Grenier's got a lot of extremely competitive years ahead of him.
Now that's exactly what I wanted to hear, King. That Sylvain Grenier will be here to annoy me for years to come.
He's a 3 count away from a pinfall.
And he's not going to get the 3 count without doing some more damage first.
Uh-oh. Come on. You got to stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now.
So who do you think's going to win this match, JR?
I'm not even going to hazard a guess, King. These superstars are so unpredictable that that would be just about the most foolish thing I could possibly do. What an incredible performance by these phenomenal superstars.
Did you expect anything less, JR? I mean, look who's in the ring right now.
No, I didn't, King. I had high expectations, and I'm happy to say...
Uh-oh. Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding. This will rearrange your anatomy.
It looks like these superstars are looking for an opening.
And the first one to find one will take control of this match. I'm grateful for many things. He's not going to get caught with that one.
I know you're not a fan of everybody in this match, JR, but you've got to respect their dedication to this business.
Oh, absolutely, King. I don't have to like everyone on the roster to acknowledge that they've all worked long and hard to master their craft. This is a classic matchup, King.
I don't care how tough you are, JR. No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many superstars tap out to this very hold.
I think he's going for it, JR.
And nothing about the Dupree bomb tickles. He went straight for the pin. No flies on him.
3.
Well, there it is. That's the best.
Well, there's no question who won that one, JR.
Not at all,
Here are
King.
your winners
The referee
and the
counted
new
10,
World
and that's
Tag
all she
Team
wrote.
Champions,
I'm sure not everyone's going to be happy about it, but
Sylvain
that's what
Grenier.
rematches are for.
and Rene Dupree. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing 230 pounds, Rene. The opponent, accompanied by Eugene. From Los Angeles, California, weighing 275 pounds, the masterpiece, Chris